Namaste. Namaste, beloved goddesses. Hope everybody is doing fine. I hope everybody is enjoying, everybody feeling love. And she is love. And it's a beautiful day. You know, today I wanted to. In the morning I was thinking I'm gonna not do anything. It's a beautiful day, I go outside. And when I saw that it's International Women's Day, then I had to cancel my friend who wanted to come over, so we go little to forest. And I said tomorrow maybe. I cannot. I have to do this. I have to do this because I owe everything to Divine Feminine, and I consider myself as a goddess with a beard, amazing bearded lady. I tell you a secret. I don't like men. I don't like men. Sorry. I have a dick, but I don't like men. I like men if they are nice, if they have a golden heart of a woman. Then I like men. And there are many men on my pages. I like everybody. But general men, I'm sorry. I'm a divine feminist. I don't like. Always some problems. Always they remind me of problems that only goddess can solve. But okay, let us not go into my sensitivity. We have a lot to speak of because I really want to dive deep into conspiracy, religious, Abrahamic, Hindu, and all this crazy stuff, all this masculine religion, Trinity stuff. When goddess is lost, I want to dive deep in everything. This video is not for people who love male god, Yahweh, or whatever. This video is not for religious people. This video is for those who know that when Divine Feminine Goddess was lost in this world and abused, world was plunged into hell by men disconnected from love, from her, that abused her, that have put her down in time and put themselves up, but they never knew that they have put themselves down actually, as they put her down. Because let me just start with a little incense. Let me just bless us all. I bless us all, I bless us all with the golden heart of a woman. You know, great Lalone, he sung, "Oh man, may your heart become a woman." It takes a golden heart of a woman to be a man that I am. I always use this, but this was originally in Lalone poems, this sentence. But I look like him, I sing like him, I feel like him, so I remember. And it is true. So let us all be blessed with golden heart of a woman. And regardless who we are, if we are in female bodies, if we are in male bodies, what is missing in this world? What plunged this world into hell is actually the absence of golden heart of a woman within men and women. So let us all be blessed with golden heart of a woman, and let this divine scent go into all goddesses' heart, heal all her shame, her guilt, her not good enough, her sacrifice mentality, that she realizes that she is the power, she is the queen of heaven on earth, and she's the queen of heaven. And like I love to say, she's that everything that I'm nothing without. Love. So let us all be blessed. I feel I can say now something. Glories of divine feminine are everything. Goddess brings enlightenment. It is said it takes a golden heart of a woman to see things deep underneath the surface of the mind as they in reality are, and not as they appear on the surface of the mind. It takes a golden heart of a woman. And alone sings, "Oh man, may your heart become a woman." I was spiritually raised in India. In India, great saints, they are proud on their feminine side. They put on saris, they put on dresses, they act like ladies. I know there was one saint in Bengal. He was 80 years old, but he said, "I'm a 16-year-old girl." And he was acting like this. And he was dressing like a girl, but he was a real saint. And he was funny. He was cooking, dressing up like a woman, dancing, and like this. He got it. It takes a golden heart of a woman to be a man, to be a real man. Otherwise, you are just a savage beast, and I see the savage beast all over the internet. They don't have golden heart of a woman. They are on the surface of the mind. It takes a golden heart of a woman to see things as they are in reality of things, and not as they appear to be on the surface of the mind of man. Divine feminine. Divine feminine, when she rises in the heart, when goddess rises in the heart of a man or a woman, she rises out of sand of time. That's enlightenment. That's mastery. Every enlightened master has a golden heart of a woman. And masters like Buddha, like Krishna, like Jesus, they were feminine. That was their secret. They were feminine, divine feminine. That's why they could teach the man. I also say, I'm nothing. She's did everything. I'm covered in her gold only. And I'm only speaking, singing glories of my love. She's did everything that I'm nothing without. That's the truth. That's every man should understand this. Not fuck this day. Fuck International Women's Day. This only means that every other day is not International Women's Day. So they have to have one day in year to glorify women. Because this means 365 days, 64 days a year they're abused and put down. You don't have an International Men's Day. Why? Because it's a man's world. Yeah. That's why you don't have International Men's Day. Because every day in this world, it's a man's world day. They don't need International Men's Day. Because it's a man's world. So one day in a year, the Lord feels good if he gives some recognition to a goddess on International Day. But I will tell you something, you man who's singing this crazy song, it's a man's world. It's not a man's world, you're stupid. It's not a man's world. It's a woman's world. The very source that I am, Father, is nothing. 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 Doesn't exist. Only source. Source point. She's that everything that I'm nothing without. Everything is goddess. Everything is goddess. Everything is mother. Material universe, spiritual universe, higher dimensions, everything what has form. Everything what can speak to you. Everything what you can feel. Everything what you can see. Everything what you can perceive. Everything is goddess. In Vedas it is said very beautifully, in the beginning I am all alone, I'm nothing. Then my love appears, I fell in love, and her creation expands to infinity in love for her. The energy, everything is goddess. That source point, the energetic source, God, masculine. But everything is her. Without her, I'm nothing. Like in the beginning of the Vedas, you have so beautifully written, I was all alone, lost in darkness, nothing, before Goddess appeared. And she's so beautiful that I fell in love, and her creation just expands to infinity. That's the reality. Let us go a little bit, dive deep. You know, I wanted to make this video more joyful. I don't feel like that. Now, when I was in forest meditation, also wanted to set myself ready for this video. I just felt tremendous sadness in my heart. Really. It's not my sadness, and it is. I really felt it, sadness of Divine Mother. Feminine sadness really hit me hard in forest. Nothing happened to me, everything is okay, I'm not purging. It was long since I did this. I have no problems that I would have to be sad. But it was so strong, and immediately I feel the pain of feminine, I feel the pain of goddess. And so I decided I will speak about its pain, where it comes from, what it is. I didn't want to speak about conspiracy against divine feminine, but this is what I'm going to speak on International Women's Day. Because this conspiracy goes deep. It's biblical, it's Hindu. God knows it's Muslim. Anyway, Muslim and Abrahamic, same shit. Jesus came to save her from old father, which is not my father. This conspiracy runs very deep. It's Abrahamic. Let me just a little bit focus on Abrahamic. I know how people can be so stupid. They follow this Old Testament and these stupid things. You know, in the Genesis, or original Genesis, in the first chapter, there is some crazy stuff about Lilith, the first woman, and Adam. And Adam wanted to be on top of her always when they made love, when they had sex. But she, Lilith, she wanted to be equal, normally. Now, what kind of God is that? It's not God who wants woman to be subservient and subdued under a man. This world, this matrix is actually a result of abuse against divine feminine. Dislocation and disrespect and abuse, hurt to goddess. That's what demiurge does. Demiurge is pride, demiurge is ego. Demiurge says, I'm the one and only God. She's nothing. She's worthless. I am not of nature is written. Nature is not of God. Nature and God are separated. Woman must always be controlled by men. She is not to be trusted. All these things are in the Bible. That's not God. Sorry. Because every God knows that she's that everything, that I'm nothing without. Jesus presented God as love first, and he was killed by Jews who established this Abrahamic slavery and abuse to women. And let us just see a little bit this Genesis 1. So Lilith, she was like, why must this Adam always be on top of me? What is this? I'm equal. I want to be on top of him also. So when they were making love, she went on top of him. And he was on ego. Lay under me, woman. Lay underneath me, woman. And she said no. And if anybody has written this stuff from the Genesis that is missing, what happened then? Because she didn't listen. Listen to that crazy nonsense. Because she didn't listen to a man who wanted to be always on top of her and she wanted to be equal, the Lord God casted her down to hell. What kind of God is that? Wait a minute. Just because she wanted to be equal and because she didn't accept that man must always be on top of her, just because Lord God sent her to hell. Something ain't right here. That's not my God, sorry. She's that everything that I'm nothing without. And you can see through this story how this conspiracy runs deep. The fundamental religion of this world that is in every house you have this book is based on abuse to women, abuse to goddess. Man is everything, she's nothing. Put her down, enslave her. She has no right to be equal. She's not to be trusted. And all these crazy laws. In Muslim religion, I'd rather not go. Sorry. All this crazy. This is only a reflection of a demon who is afraid of true God that she is. And he has to establish himself on top of everything, on top of God as always. And if she wants to rise to her glory, she has to be cast down. But I tell you something, in Krishna's story there is Lilith, Lalita, and she has the keys of the eternal garden. Maybe she was not cast down to hell, but much higher. Lalita, she has same nature as Lilith. She's wild, she's free, she always kicks Krishna when something is like this. I like her. I like fire. That's not right. That's not right. That's why I don't understand why light workers are still some focusing on this old religion, which is outdated, which is actually based on abuse of women on women. It's insane. And because of these crazy stories and crazy parables, that man is always above her, and she was made out of the rib of a man, so that means she comes out of him, and that means she is subservient. Well, Lilith, she was not, according to the biblical story, created out of the rib. She was created same as Adam. But that made her equal. And Adam said, no, I want a slave, God, please. Well, he called that thing God. And then the story is, out of the rib, Lord God made Eve. Always obey your man. Always listen to your man. Always follow your man. Never question what your man says. You are his slave. And then Adam was happy. And that's, now you see, if you have on the beginning of a Bible such stupidity, then you understand how this all society is based on that abuse. And that scripture is actually excuse for all women haters, all the macho men, all the sexists in the world who want to abuse her. Now they have a right because it's in the book. Because in the book is written she cannot be trusted. She man is always above her. She must follow her man. Crazy. Crazy. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. And people are still following this. And even women who consider themselves goddess, and then they write that, I will not mention even the name. But okay. You maybe noticed me using many names, just one not. Okay. And if goddess deserves to go to hell because she wants to be equal, I want to go with her. It's insane. It's insane. Now let us go a little bit on the other continent, on the India. Let us a little bit lighten up. Hinduism doesn't exist. Hinduism was established only after only after Muslim attacked India. 700-year-old Holocaust, the greatest Holocaust in the world that nobody talks about. That lasted from 300 past Christ till 1000 and something, 700 years and something. And what it was all about. Vedic society, original Hinduism doesn't exist. Vedic society was the last offshore of Lemuria. When you have this story, Krishna is king, Dwaraka and all these things, and this great war, this is end of Lemuria. Krishna was king of Lemuria. This is actually story when you have in the Vedas this great war that destroyed the world almost. This is the war between Atlantis and Lemuria. But Vedic society remained India was different. Entire world was already enslaved by masculine darkness at that time. But India was still standing in the power of divine feminine. Real Vedic society is divine feminine, Vedic spirituality. That's why you have in India now so many goddesses, Lakshmi, Radha, Kali, everybody worshiping goddess, Jai Devi, 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 Om. But you never see Devi anywhere because she must be at home like Muslim woman. I tell you how deep it goes in India. The Vedic society, before the attack and genocide that Muslims conducted in India for hundreds and hundreds of years, was divine feminine nation, divine feminine religion, divine feminine, tradition. Women were priestesses, women were gurus. Women were actually walking in ancient India, in Vedic India, before Hinduism. Women were equal to men, but they were considered more valuable. And I also feel like this. We all are equal, but Goddess is more valuable because she can take men to heaven. And women were naked that time. Women were topless in India. But no man was lusty. No man objectionized her, like in the West today, and in India also and everywhere. They understood the breast are the holy symbol of the milk of mother that sustains us. They didn't lust over it, but they folded their hands when Goddess was passing by. Goddesses were high priestesses, goddesses were gurus, goddesses were teaching and healing men. It was divine feminine society, a nation. And it would be still today if Abrahamic religion, Muslim, would not attack India. They attack it just because of that. It was beautiful. That time, India was not sewer like it's today. If you ask me, India is sewer to today just because of that abuse to divine feminine. Because, okay, 1,000 years ago, Muslim attacked. More than 1,000 years ago, because it lasted 700 years ago, 1,000 years ago, it was finished, the Great War ended. At that time, Hinduism was established, which has nothing to do with Vedas, nothing to do with Krishna, nothing to do with nothing. It's concoction. Why it was Hinduism established? Why Muslim attacked? From the higher dimensional, lower dimensional state, because demons didn't like, demiurge didn't like that it was time that masculine darkness enslaves the world, and India was the last offshore, last remain of the truth, the divine feminine, in action, untouched, in all the glory, beautiful Mother India Mahabharata. And the evil ones, the dark ones, they just could not tolerate this. All world was enslaved by men already, but there was India, divine feminine. So Muslim attacked, and it was really 700-year-old war. Many priestesses were killed, many gurus were killed, those who supported her were killed, temples were burned. Everything 700 years ago. And on the end, when Indians saw we will die, we have no chance. Last 700 years, everything is. Then the Muslims said, okay, you can keep your religion, but we give you one condition. We give you one condition. And this condition is that you subdue your women and you put them on the same level as our Muslim women are. That's why now to today, if you go to India, women are covered, women are hiding behind men, women are not on the street after 7 o'clock in the evening. All these are Muslim rules. This has nothing to do with Vedic society. Vedic society was actually divine feminine. You know, and it's funny because India on the after the Muslim invasion, the scriptures were changed. Everything is changed. You have now in the scripture, woman is not worthy, woman is dirty, woman is a man must always take care of woman, always not only protect her, but he owns her. You have this in the Vedas. This is not Vedic. The condition not to kill off entire India was take down the goddess from the highest position to the lowest, so that she is equal to our Muslim woman, so that your tradition will not cause degradation to our righteous Muslim religion. This is what Muslim told to Indian authorities 1,000 years ago. And they agreed, they changed the scriptures and subdue their women. That's why now it's funny, because India, if you go, it's all about Devi, it's all about Radharani, it's all about Kali, it's all about Durga, it's all about goddess, 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 goddess. But reality of India is insane. You have acid attacks, men, jealous men attack their woman with acid. You have rapes all over the place. And even if you rape a woman, you get less prison in India than if you eat a cow. I'm a vegan. But I tell you something. You cannot have more prison time if you eat a cow than if you rape a woman. What kind of system is that? That's India today. And that's why India is so degraded today. Because today Muslims do not have the law anymore. Today, if they wanted, they could change back to truth as it was before the Muslim invasion. But they don't want that, because their men are also proud. Now they enjoy that, being superior, women inferior, having them under control and like this. They could change back to the truth as it was in Vedic society, when woman was a goddess, healing men, teaching men. They could elevate her, bring her back, but they don't want to. They like men gurus who have slain women and all this and crazy rules. I'll tell you something. I was much studying and practicing Tantra in India with Baus, with Fakirs. Tantra, here also Laon comes from, and it's all about divine feminine. It's all about worshipping the womb of a mother. And we have to understand something. According to Vedas, womb of a goddess, womb of a woman, your divine womb, beloved goddess, is the most sacred part of human body. According to Vedic scriptures, your womb, beloved goddess, is God. They call, before the Muslim invasion, the womb was called Bhagavan. And Bhagavan means God. There's nothing more holy than a woman. And within a woman, within a goddess, there is nothing more holy than a womb. Because womb is the art of creation, artwork of creation, workshop of creation. Every great man, every great God, every great master, every man in this world must admit he came to this world out of the womb of a mother. And out of the womb of Divine Mother, the universe is born. We are in her womb. We are the children. And out of the womb of our earthly mother, which is Divine Mother also, child is born. God, in human form, goddess. So, woman, goddess, represents God in this world, the workshop of creation, where we all come from. And in India, they don't even know today why it is so. Because goes so deep, the deception of religion, that now women are subdued on the Muslim level. But if you were ever in the Hindu temple, if you ever go to any Hindu temple, you will see something. You will see when men are giving dandavat, prostration, to a deity in a temple, in an altar, you will see that man lies down flat on his belly. Flat on his belly. He touches his belly on the ground. But when you will see woman giving prostration, you will see that her womb, she has only only on knees and like this. But her womb is in the air, because in the Veda is written, womb of a woman is a god, and you should never touch ground. And that's why in the temple, woman should not touch ground with her womb, and man, he can touch with his dick, with everything, no problem. And even this, and they don't know, but this shows them that woman is more valuable. We all are equal. Woman is more priceless. Woman is more holy, because man, he can touch all his parts down to the ground, but woman, goddess, she must keep, even when she gives, I give only example, I don't worship any god, but in Hindu temple, when she gives prostration to God, her womb is more holy than the deity on the altar. And that's why she has to keep the womb in the air. That's why India is completely insane. They have still these rituals, which clearly show them that woman is more valuable, woman is priceless, but they abuse her with religion. They lock her up after 7 o'clock. It's like a Muslim. You have all these beautiful religious tradition and rituals which are showing the value of a woman, but reality in the house and in the nation is like Muslim women. Sad. Tragedy. Tragedy. And all entire the Vedic scriptures, you have glorification of goddesses, glorification of goddesses, glorification of goddesses. Showing you clearly, especially stories of Radha and Krishna, that she's that everything, that I'm nothing without. Glorifying goddess, glorifying goddess. And that's why when you go to India, you're like, what the fuck did I just see? Here I read, woman is glorious, woman is high, woman is love. Here I see how her womb is so holy. But hey, here I see men abusing her. Here I see men locking her up. And you know, when I went to the Kali Puja is in evening in 9. It's a worship of goddess, celebration, party. And I was like, okay, why here only men are dancing? It's a festival to glorify a goddess, and I see only men dancing. Not one woman is there. What the fuck is that? Well, because it's the Muslim law, woman must stay in the house. Woman must stay in the house. She cannot go out after 7 o'clock, but the celebration is at 9 o'clock in the evening. So it's celebration to glorify divine feminine, to glorify goddess in India. And only men are dancing there and jumping. I was like, okay, I have to go puke. It's not funny. It's not funny. But that's hypocrisy that is going on in India. On one side, they are worshipping goddess, but in reality, they are abusing women on the same level like a dog. Cow is more worthy. They have in India man, cow, then a woman. I tell you. Because if you rape a woman, you will get less prison than if you eat a cow, if you eat a steak. I agree with not killing cow. I don't eat animal. Cow is a mother. He is very high dimensional. But still, there should not be more punishment for eating a cow than raping a woman. And sadly in India, such is the law. That's why India got so terrible reaction. Because their scriptures and their tradition is glorifying the women, but they abide to the Muslim law and they treat women like they were Muslim. That's why they got so terrible reaction, because they have the knowledge, they have the wisdom, they have the truth. In West, at least this Abrahamic religion is sincere. In the Bible it is said, woman is nothing, woman is worthless, woman is not to be trusted, she's separated from God, nature is not God, and all these stupid things. But okay, they are at least sincere. But if you go to India, you're like, what did I just see? I see all these men glorifying goddesses. I don't see no goddess anywhere. And I see women like slaves. Something ain't right here. I love Krishna. I feel him like myself very deeply. And again, his story and story of Radharani. Entire Krishna story, entire heritage and everything, all the 10th canto of Bhagavatam and Govinda, Lelamrita and all these beautiful scriptures is just Krishna glorifying his goddess, nothing else. She said, everything that I'm nothing without. Said like, and Krishna, he's revealing the deepest truths. But he, 5,000 years ago, he could not reveal this truth to any man, to no man. To Arjuna and Sudama, there is Arjuna and Uddhava, there is Uddhava Gita who he spoke to Sudama, and Bhagavad Gita who he spoke to Arjuna. And this is basic knowledge. This is basic wisdom. I'm soul, I'm not body, I'm this, blah, 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 blah. This is what he spoke to men. But to women, to goddesses, to gopis, he revealed and expressed the deepest, intimate, divine spiritual love. He didn't speak to men. He didn't teach this to men. Why? Because men could not get it. Men did not understand him. Men were pointing fingers at him. Men were judging him. Men were religious. And all these girls, they were only ones so pure and so deep in their heart that they could receive that deepest spiritual essence of divine love, that wisdom, that truth. He didn't speak to men. No, to men he speak basics about karma and all these things, so they don't go deeper down. And no man was allowed when Krishna was revealing deepest secrets and many things else, beautiful things, things that some people would condemn. But yet fun, no problem. And it was like this story. All these women were married with a man, the husband, and they were unhappy because men were religious and men were abusing them and men were subduing them and like this. So Krishna, he again established divine feminine, so that in India it remained for so long as 1,000 years from now. It was still divine feminine nation. But to no man he spoke that deepest knowledge. Why? Because it takes a golden heart of a woman to understand, to feel, and to get that deepest love. And they were unhappy actually with their men. But when all 108 of them gopis, they went in the evening to dance with Krishna, to listen to the flute, to listen to a story of divine love, all of them 108 together, this was the only time that they were happy. They were not happy with their husbands. They were suffering very much. So at night, they sneaked out. And they were all happy with one man. Why? Because he respected them. He didn't possess them. He didn't say, you are my property. He didn't want to control them. He was not attached to them. He didn't want to manipulate them. He was just enjoying their beauty and playing the flute for them and telling them how beautiful they are and really glorifying them and revealing them deepest truths. There was no attachment. There was no lies. There was no control. None of them was happy in marriage with one man, but all of them were happy when they were together with Krishna. And there was no drama, nothing. Love is beyond belief. So this conspiracy runs deep. And if you see today's, Amon Narayan, if you are listening now, you turn this off. Because I will not say nice thing about your religion, but you are used to, because you always hear it. Today's Hare Krishna religion is actually abomination. Blasphemy. Krishna, he actually came to express the glories of divine feminine. You have all his, like he's glorifying Radha. She's that everything that I'm nothing without. She's that gold that shines on all that I am. She is everything. Without her I'm nothing. Without her I'm lost. I can only see her. I exist for her. Without her I have no purpose. This is how Krishna is singing. Where is my Radha? Where is my Radharani? He's always glorifying his goddess. And he revealed the deepest truths only to women, to goddesses. And he had problem with men like I have, always judging, always thinking, always something, projecting something, and pointing fingers at him, and not seeing him. But today's Hare Krishna religion, the sect, which is very famous in the world, and is falling apart now, thanks God, thanks Goddess. In today's Hare Krishna religion, woman is considered dirty, filthy. When she has menstrual period, you should not touch her. This is what they are writing. She's always less than men. She's not trusted. The body of a woman is inferior. And like these things they have today. In the temple, women are standing in the back and men are standing in front. And they are really like slaves. But Krishna, the one who these crazy people worship, he came actually, he could only commune with girls, with goddesses. He could only express the deepest truth to goddesses. Goddesses only understood him. And he was actually not much focused on men. Goddesses were everything for him. He didn't care to lose his male friends, but he cares if he loses. I'm sane. I may look through the fingers if a woman causes something to me, but men I immediately remove. He was sane. Because I know what I'm here for. And this man who established a religion in his name they subdue women. They tell to women they are worthless. They tell to women they are filthy. And his Krishna's name, they empower men to be above and on top of women. In Krishna's name. In Krishna's name, who only glorified goddesses and was only singing glories of his Radha and was only caring to bring divine feminine back to this world. Krishna means Christ, which is Indian. And in his name, they did what his heart would snap on half. In his name, they abuse women. In his name, they degrade women. In his name, they spit on women and tell the women are nothing. In the name of a man, in the name of a God that said, she's that everything that I'm nothing without. And only glorified her. And only sung her glories. And nothing else he did. Krishna said, my only purpose is to glorify, to sing glories of my love, to sing glories of my goddess. Without her glories in my mouth, I have no purpose. Man has no purpose. I believe like this. I have no purpose also. Everything that shines on me is her gold. My enlightenment, my wisdom, everything what I got within me, my power, I owe to service of divine feminine, which I am proud to serve more than 10 years now. She's did everything. I'm only singing glories of my love. And by serving divine feminine, serving the mother for more than a decade, I have received the greatest gift. Become love myself. Man, if you are really smart, serve divine feminine. Serve to take her and pull her out of the sand of time. Glorify her. Spread the truth, spread her love, spread her gold. Don't be an ego. Don't be proud. Don't be macho man. Like I love to say, for it is time for a king to step down of his throne, kneel, and lift his goddess on the throne. Every man should do this. Not yelling, we are equal, fuck you. Do this. She's not a man. She's not afraid of you, man. She's not afraid of you. She will invite you back on the throne. She's not like men who go on the throne and then kick her down. No, no, no. Kneel in front of the throne and she will make you equal. And I will tell you, she's always more valuable. We all are equal, but Goddess is more valuable. Because in this world was plunged into hell because of these stories that I just told you. Because men in time were afraid of her power in darkness, and abused her, subdued her, hurt her, degraded her. That's the cause. That's the cause. That this world was plunged into hell. So don't you motherfuckers tell me that you are equal. When I write a poem about divine feminine, and a man started commenting, we all are equal, I block that motherfucker. And he is a motherfucker because he's fucking the mother. Yes, we are all equal. Yes. But you are a man. And you have to understand something. Payback has to be paid. What we did wrong, man, we have to do right now. Now. Not yelling, we are equal, we are equal. I'll block you if you yell me, we are equal. Because back in time, men were responsible to abuse women, to take her down from her throne, to disgrace her, to violate her, to abuse her through millenniums. Yes, we are all equal, yes. But true man knows something. True man knows that he's a king. And he knows that what this crazy man will never know. If men in past did this to goddess, they took her down, they abused her, they degraded her, then now real man knows what he has to do. This doesn't mean that she's superior when I'm glorifying her. Doesn't mean that I'm her slave. It means something. I know what we men have done in past. It was not me. My soul is clear. But I do what this man who are responsible will never do. Because we men, masculine, were responsible that she was taken down. She was buried in time, disgraced, degraded. Now true man knows that it's time for a king to step down of his throne, lift her up, glorify her. She's not superior to me. But when I'm glorifying her, empowering her, helping her to rise, I'm aware what men did in past to her and pay back. Now man, true man has to do right. That's why I block every man who under the poem, and if any man will have here any comment, he will get blocked. Because true man knows what we have done wrong in time. If you want to be equal now, we have to do it right. If we in time have stepped on her, buried her in time, disgraced her, now we on our own have to step down and kneel and glorify her. She's done everything that I'm nothing without. And in this way, true men pay back what was done by wicked men in past. The energy balances. And only in this way, if we step down and lift her up above us, we will become equal also. Like I said, she is not a man. She don't want the throne for herself. She will say, come on, my king, sit on my right as my equal. That's why I block every man who is yelling, we are equal, we are equal. Because they don't understand. To reach that equality, we have to do what every man has to do. We have to balance it. What was done wrong in time, we have to do right. And I tell you, man, if you all were following what I do, ever since my awakening, not ever since, but like I said, more than 10 years, I'm focusing on Divine Feminine, empowering her, writing, always spreading the energy of Divine Feminine, empowering her, helping her, giving her power. And I was always focusing on my Divine Feminine. And what I got out of this is enlightenment. Because I have given my life to the service of Mother. And Mother have given me golden heart of a woman. which is the heart of enlightened being. That's why, men, you don't know. If you are yelling you are equal, you actually yelling I'm a macho, I'm superior. But if you step down and lift her up, then you are equal in your king. Because it takes a golden heart of a woman to be a king, for a man to be a king, a man that I am. Without the golden heart of a woman, power without love is just a savage beast that hurt her in time out of fear of her. And that yelling we are equal, that some men yell when they see divine feminine expressions, poetry, all the empowerment. These are the men who actually want to be superior still, who actually want the old law of the demiurge who enslaved her, took her down. She is that everything, that I'm nothing without the goddess. She is creation. Without her, even God is nothing. So when she's casted out of this world, subdued, this world is nothing. This world becomes darkness. This world was plunged into hell in time just because men, out of fear of her divinity, disgraced her, abused her. And the world was plunged down to hell. I will speak something more. I will tell you something about Trinity. In India, we have Trinity. And in West, we have Trinity. In West, we have Father God, Son God, Holy Spirit. Three men. Trinity is the matrix. Trinity is the demiurge law. Something is missing. In Slovenia, we have a saying that men, three corners of the house belong to a man. But the one corner that the woman is, if that corner is weak, all that three pillars, three corners collapse. She's holding up the three pillars, three corners of the house that represent men. And if her corner is weakened or destroyed, entire house collapses. And it said, but if that three corners collapse and she is still standing, the house still stands. She supports the three corners of the house, which are men. And with that three corners of the house are nothing. Same is with Trinity. She is the creation. She is the expansion. She is love. She is the light. She is the vision. Without her, Trinity is lost in darkness of time. There's no progress. There's no development. There's no creation. Only same program, dark masculine program through ages. New Earth is quadrinity. Mother, Father, Son, not even Son. Mother, Father, Child, which can be daughter or son, and Spirit, Holy Spirit. That's the new law. This is quadrinity is of the new earth, law of new earth. Four pillars of the house. Golden pillar, mother, supporting other three male pillars that are just giving her power. But she is the creation. She's the creation of heaven and earth. As she was weakened and broken, The corner of a house that woman is, that goddess is, entire house, earth house, this world collapses down to hell, and we are there. And now, again, that corner of the house, golden corner of the house that woman is again rising, being built, and the three pillars are again standing strong. Trinity is old energy. It's masculine. There's no goddess there because corruption of the demiurge and inverted reality is such. But in Trinity, there's no expansion, there's no creation, there's no happiness, only hell. But Quadrinity, she illuminates entire house, and three men can now create. Three pillars can now create heaven and earth in the light of her love. The new structure, divine structure of the earth is Quadrinity. Mother, Father, Child, Holy Spirit. And in such divine structure and law, heaven can rise on earth, because she is the gold of heaven. She rises heaven on earth. And when she is lost, world is lost in hell. And when she rises out of sands of time, true men, true kings are rising her with such information, with such empowerment. Then again this world can expand, progress, and expand to heaven and earth. Trinity is lost in darkness only. Nothing is changing. There's no progress. There's no healing. There's no creation. But she is the creation. She is the healing. She is the expansion. She is love. And when she rises back, the fourth pillar, Mother, world rises back to heaven. Because she is that everything that I'm nothing without. She is the golden home of God. When Goddess is abused, disgraced, and hurt, from such world, God leaves. And the world is plunged into darkness of men. As we were living for thousands and thousands and thousands years in. We have to understand. We have to understand our goddesses. We have to understand this trauma, historic, prehistoric trauma, ancient trauma, through lifetimes, is within women and men, because many men were women past life. Also, some women were men past life. We have to understand this trauma. That's why on the beginning of the video, I told you I wanted to make a joyful video, but when I went to the forest in the meditation, I felt that pain. Such intense pain in the heart, and I immediately knew it's not mine. And it is mine, because I'm a goddess. I felt that pain of trauma, of abuse, of that conspiracy against goddess. Through time, I felt the pain of mother so intensely that I just had to a little bit change this video and speak about interesting but not so beautiful things. Quadrinity is the new law of the earth, and mother is the queen. Father and son are giving crown on her head, kneeling in front of her. That's the picture I see. And she rises them up. We are all equal. Why you are kneeling? Let us dance. Men want to be superior. Men want to be above her. But in the world, when divine feminine rules, where goddess rules, everyone is equal. Because guess what? She doesn't want to be above nobody. She doesn't want to be on top. It's okay if you are on top and she's on the top tomorrow, no problem. She loves equality. That's why she must be the queen of this world. And she is the queen of heaven. When you make goddess queen of this world, you rise this world to heaven. And we all are equal in her rule. I just forgot when I speak about Tantra before, I just forgot one thing. Tantrics, they worship woman. They worship goddess. It's not sex. Tantric act is actually act of two most highly awakened souls connected with their higher self, in their higher self. And as they are making love, they are experiencing that very moment of creation on the beginning, when I am, the man, the source, fell in love with his goddess and everything expands in the orgasm of creation. That's tantric act, divine sexuality. Divine. Divine. And tantric, he doesn't make love to her out of lust because he needs to empty himself. No, because he wants to please her. He wants to offer her joy. He wants to worship her. He wants her to be happy. He wants her to be joyful. And this is his joy. Like in the Vedic scripture you have, they asking Krishna, Krishna, what is your joy? My joy is when Radharani is happy. My goddess. That's my only joy, to see her happy. Her happiness is my joy. What is your sadness, Krishna? When she is unhappy, when she's crying, that's my sadness. Krishna saying, I have no purpose without her. I do not exist. I don't know what to do. I have no place in the world and in heaven, nowhere without her. I have no purpose. I have nothing to speak of, nothing to sing, nothing to see. I only want to see her. I only want to see her beauty. And he's like me. I only want to sing her glories. That's how Tantric feels. Tantric master. Not a lusty man who wants to enjoy a woman. But it's a righteous, glorious, divine man who wants to provide enjoyment and happiness and joy to a goddess. And through this, he enjoys. And what I find most beautiful in Tantra is that Tantric master, he knows, like I said before, the most holy part of human body is womb of a mother. Every god, every divine being, everyone great, every man who was great, he came out of divine womb of his mother. True Tantric master, he knows this. And he knows something else. Tantra is about experiencing spirituality through body, feeling spiritual through physical. The body is most important to feel different aspects of God, of her within your body. Really focus on the body. Oh, I'm just speaking this, I'm disappearing. I feel like I'm disappearing. I'm translucent. And the Tantric master, he knows one thing. The most high part of human body is divine womb, the very workshop of creation. And Tantric Master knows I can never experience and dive mystically into the womb because I don't have the womb, but she has. So if I want to experience the magic, the mystique of the womb, there is only one way, that I worship a goddess, that I glorify her, that I make her happy. And in this way, through his happiness, through service, he is experiencing the glories of her womb that he never can experience within his own body. That's why tantrics, they worship womb. Womb. They say womb is God. Because every man, every god on earth, every avatar, everybody came out of the womb of mother. And according to Vedas, womb is most holy, most sacred part of human body. And if you disgrace a womb, you turn the world into hell. And you see in this world, womb is disgraced on so many levels. Porn industry, objectionation of women, sex out of lust so men can empty themselves, sex trafficking, controlling women in marriages, all kind of abuses, mental, physical, even rape, legal rape in marriage. And women are silent. They don't speak out. And this energy is plunging down to hell. And when you know how sacred woman is and how sacred womb is, then you understand how deep this conspiracy runs. First it was through Abrahamic religion, then the Muslim religion changed Hindu religion to abuse women, to get the ground for abuse her further that she's nothing. And now in the West, we have objectionation of women, just sexual object. Why you're not, when if men are posing for the magazines, why men are not like that, putting their almost all their skin out and tits out and lips out and everything? Why? If you see the stars, superstars, women have to act like porn stars, but men, they are in suits like this, like a very okay. If a woman has to show, then okay, then man also has to show half of his dick, put his trousers up and all this. No, because it's a man's world. Woman is object. Woman is piece of flesh in this world. That's why men don't pose in this way, but women do. And then porn industry, prostitution, in marriages, in every level. Womb is abused. Womb is disgraced. Woman is disgraced. Woman is abused through society, systematically, through porn industry, through media, through mainstream programming, through makeup industry, through supermodel industry, through everything. Woman is object, and womb is nothing. Abortion. Lust. Lust of man is causing all this shit. Just for the pleasure of their dicks, they are plunging themselves to hell. They don't even know. So this conspiracy runs very deep. Runs very deep. And starts in the Bible, in the beginning. The ground is set there for all the abuse and degradation of women that followed. Lilith, Adam and Eve, terrible stories. Indoctrinating young boys that woman is worthless. But, like I said, she's actually everything. And when a man really awakens, and his heart is turned into golden heart of a woman, he cannot do anything else but work and work and work to assist her, to rise her up. Because now man knows what men have done, wicked men in past to her. Now we have to do it right again. For it's a time for a king to step down of his throne and lift his goddess up on the throne and kneel in front of her in apology for abuse, degradation, and conspiracy against women through ages. That's why I'm so happy that mostly only girls follow me, and I'm happy because I'm like Krishna. Krishna wanted to speak only to women, to girls. He didn't care much about men, only if they were nice. But they tend not to be. Not you guys who are listening and who are on my page. These are golden men with a golden heart of a woman. This is different breed. This is new breed on earth. Divine feminine is within you. You're a true man. But I know I owe everything to Goddess. To service to Goddess, I owe my enlightenment. I owe everything. And I just want to express something. Girls, you are goddesses. You are not sacrifice. You are not worthless. You are not inferior to nobody. It's not a man's world. You are the power. Divine feminine is the power. And men of this world know this and are afraid of your power. Because when you rise out of sand of time, hell will run away out of this world. And heaven will come out of your heart as a product of your gold. Men of this world, they know this. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being so strong. Thank you for coming to earth. And thank you for taking all this abuse on yourself, degradation through ages. It's not easy. We are living thousands and thousands of years in a society when woman, divine feminine, is abused. That's why when some men tell me what women are doing, hey, there's a deep trauma connected to this. Thousands of years ago, they are paying you back what you did to her thousands of years ago. So keep your head up and forgive. Work on yourself. Love her. Understand that this is coming from the wounds, that she was abused, that she was betrayed back in time so many times that now she cannot trust you. And now she has to test you. Now she has to play a little bit games. Because it was never easy for a woman in this world. Never easy. I see my mother, her story, so sad. My grandmother, her story, so sad in the man's world. But sadly, but gladly now, times are changing. Even my mother is listening to this, and I'm helping my mother to rise also. She went through a lot. And yes, I want to dedicate this video also to my mother, because she went through a lot. She is still shining. She is still rising. They wanted to take her down, but she risen up, and she's always supporting me, and she's always here liking my stuff, and it feels so amazing. That's why I know that I will do anything what my heart desires. My mother doesn't doubt in me. My mother doesn't tell me how will you survive next month. My mother doesn't tell me get a regular job. My mother tells me do this, come on, do this, always do this. My mother comes in Messenger, she tells me I'm reading everything you're doing and I want you to do more. And you know what a feeling is this? We were separated at birth. We do not see each other much, only once a year maybe. And what a feeling is to have a mother to support my work, my teaching, my classroom, my roaring, my craziness. That's why I know that I will achieve everything. If I have mother on my side supporting me, but not spreading her fears that I should go back to job, that I should do this or that, but she believes in me. And that gives me power. And I want to thank you for all divine goddesses here, my mothers, my sisters, my daughters. Thank you for coming to earth. Thank you for taking on you this darkness. Thank you for healing this world. Stay strong and know that you are the power of this world. Divine Feminine, Goddess, rises heaven to earth. And men need healing. The other day I just blocked one man on my dear Donna, dear friend wall. I see she's not my friend only, she's my sister, she's my love, she's my everything. And I see a man there. She was very beautiful. He posted that men need that goddess heals them, that priestess heals them. Men need tender touch. Men need to get healed. And that crazy man, he came and he said, we angels, we do not worship mother. We do not love mother. We love only father. Mother is a murderer. Mother is a killer. I was like a bull fire coming through my nose. This kind of man exists still or what? I blocked him. Give him a lesson. I hope you blocked him also, dear, because you don't deserve this. What some men are doing. And this is what I wrote in a poem 1 year ago. And that I actually saw this man doing. Men abused her. Men made conspiracy against her, degraded her. And because of that, what they did, they plunged themselves to hell. And now they are blaming her for the hell they caused upon her. Now they are blaming her. And not even see that they caused hell upon themselves. And now in blaming her more, they cause more hell on themselves. I told to her, sorry, I have no mercy to this man. Sorry, no mercy in my heart. She said, they need mercy. I don't give a fuck. When I kick them, when I give them hard lesson, when I shake them, when they see that they cannot do this to every woman, then they get a lesson that they need, and that's love. And that will help them more than if you pamper them and they beat you and you are petting them. You have to understand one thing, woman. Goddess, you have to understand one thing. You are not a sacrifice. Time of Mary Magdalene sacrificing herself for crazy man is over. This is old energy. Compassion is masculine in this time. No shit anymore. Only men who are respectful, with open heart, admit that they are hurting, open their wounds, and in respect, they ask for healing. Only such men receive the healing from a goddess. They deserve it. Man who is hurting you, abusing you, and spitting on you, you cannot heal him. You cannot help him. If you allow him to spit on you and do this, you actually hurt him more. You plunge him more into darkness. So out of love for him, you better run away from him. But most out of love for yourself. Time of sacrifices is over. Goddess is the greatest power. And whoever respects her and opens the heart and respects, he can receive her healing. Other men, they don't deserve it. They deserve that terrible lessons that will teach them to stop abusing her, stop hurting her, stop blaming her. That is the love they need, and that will heal them. If you allow them to hurt you, to spit on you, to degrade you, you maybe think you are healing them, you maybe think you are helping them, but if you love them, go away, because if you allow them to be so bad to you, you actually hurt them more. No, you don't hurt them. They hurt themselves more. Only. So out of love, go away. Let life teaches them. I know that if you glorify divine feminine, you become God. You become enlightened. If you help divine feminine to rise. But if you abuse her, condemn her, you plunge yourself to hell. You become a demon. I don't like demons. I love them like God loves them, but okay. I'm very feminine. In my reality, no abuse to goddess is allowed. I will never go to comment on anyone's post or anything if I don't like it. But if I do not much scroll on the pages of others. I'm always busy. I'm not really doing Facebook life. I'm doing work on Facebook. I'm not living on Facebook. I'm just doing my work here. But if I scroll sometimes and I see a man disrespecting a woman, in this case, I break my code. I comment. I stop him. This I always do. If I see a man being bad to a girl who did nothing to him, just spitting out his poisons, his projections, I will stop him. I will give him a lesson. This is the only way when I comment negatively on posts that are not mine. If some man is attacking post of a goddess, which is beautiful, and she said nothing to him, I will give him a lesson. This is what I always do with pleasure. Because, like in Vedas it said, man has only purpose to protect her, to serve her, to lift her up, and to be in her service. So I will always stand up for divine feminine. I will stand up for a goddess. If I see a man being evil, being wicked to a goddess, I will stand up, I will row, I will step on him, I will put him down in his place. he deserves nothing else. And in this way, he gets mercy. That's mercy. In this way, he will really learn. But if you allow him to hurt you, to abuse you, to be bad to you, he will never learn. This is what I wanted to say today. Like I said, in meditation, I felt I didn't want to speak about these things, but I felt such tremendous pain of Mother Divine Feminine in forest in meditation that I just had to speak. And now when I spoke it out, the pain is gone, so Mother is happy. Okay, everything beautiful. So, like I said, 364 days are International Men's Day, and one day is International Women's Day. Fuck that. Just you don't see International Man Day. Why? Because every day is a man's day in a man's world. Then just to so the men in this world would feel a little bit better about their bullshit, they made one day in a year International Women's Day because it's a man's world and all other days are men's. We don't need that. We need a world when Goddess is glorified every day and God also, woman and a man, and every day is a day of love. We will not need International Day of Women when abuse and degradation and conspiracy against women will cease. Then we will no more need International Day of Women because there will not be a need for it. Because every day is a day of her love. That's why goddesses, do know that you are holy, do know that you are sacred, do know that you are priestesses, healing this world, healing men, taking this world to heaven. It is your divine feminine energy when it returns in this world. It takes words to heaven. So indeed, happy International Goddess Day, because you are rising this world to heaven. And do know how holy you are. Do know that your womb is the most holy part of human body, which is one with source, one with God, the very creation. Without a woman, there would be no man. And nobody. No great man or woman in this world. So, happy International Women's Day. Keep your head up. You are not a sacrifice. Only who respects you, who honors you, who helps you to rise, deserves your company. Don't be a sacrifice. Go away from others. Let karma deal with them. Karma is a nice woman. She gives exactly what we ask for. And if we are abusing Goddess, we are asking for hell. And hell is what we receive. We are glorifying her, lifting her up. We ask for heaven, and heaven we receive, because she is the gold of heaven. So that's all. Do know how holy you are, and do know how much I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful. And I'm here actually for the Goddess, and then for all men with a golden heart of a woman. It takes a golden heart of a woman in the chest of a man to become a king. Golden heart of a woman sees things clearly in the depth of things as they are, and not as they appear to be in the surface of the mind of men. I'm repeating the beginning of the video now again. I just owe everything to Divine Feminine. I owe everything to Goddess. Without her, I'm nothing. And I know that. And every man should know. When you are screaming, I'm equal, I'm this, I'm that, women are bad, women are this, you are an idiot. When you will glorify women, when you will really work on yourself to integrate divine feminine energy within you, the God is within you, when you will help to rise her up, you will become enlightened. You will become a God. That's the glory of a goddess. She is that everything that I'm nothing without. I'm the source, nothing. She is the universe. She is the creation. Everything what you see is her. It's you. So love yourself, divine goddesses, and thank you for blessing this earth with your love, with your beautiful energy that heals all men of this world if they ask nicely in respect. I love you and thank you, and I'm always in your service. Everything what I do, I actually do to empower goddesses to rise back to heaven. Thank you, and thank you for being part of my journey, and thank you for allowing me to serve this humble service through videos, through writings, through my madness. And I'm sometimes sensitive, sometimes I may say something and I'm sorry. I'm a woman also. I'm a feminine, very sensitive, emotional being, which was born completely feminine. And just now, in last years, I gained that manpower. Before I was only crying. So I know how women feel, I know how girls feel, because I was always crying like a girl. And I consider myself amazing bearded lady, a lesbian. And I love comedy. I don't like to be a man. I'm rather a lesbian, amazing bearded lady. That is better for me. Because then I can also, I don't love men to kiss them, but I'm a woman with a beard, so I'm amazing bearded lady, and I'm a lesbian, so that I can make love with women. That's all. And I can find true love, but I'm amazing bearded lady. I'm not a man. I tell you the secret. She is the greatest power of a king. She is the roar. She is the power of all powers. Do know your power, and thank you. And happy International Goddess Day. Every day, not only today, every day. Namaste. And if anybody wants to support my service, my work, you are free, not required. But I'm so happy and I'm so grateful for every coin. For now, you keeping me up above the water. But I would love this, my work, my mission to expand, to give more quality to everything, and I'm so grateful for every coin everybody offers. I put there my link. It's free from the heart, just as I'm giving your love for free. I'm receiving whatever anyone giving me for free. In giving, we receive. That's how Goddess serves. In giving, she receives. Be blessed, and I love you. And happy International Women's Day, and thank you for blessing this earth. Namaste, namaste, namaste. She is that everything that I'm nothing without. She is beyond belief of all men. She is beyond belief of all men. My love, she's beyond beliefs.